Hello and welcome to, what happens when Shadowrunners go on spring break? I'm joined by a couple of runners off the hub today, and they have gotten a message came across their way that Butch is leaving on the Bromobile to go down to Cal Free for spring break. They have, inside said message was the GPS location to meet at his dad's, which was a dealership in the Bellevue area, at 8 a.m., because that is when they are leaving to begin the road trip for spring break. So, in opposite fashion today, starting from right to left, how are you guys getting there? What are you bringing? And all of that other stuff. I'm going to start with Mr. Hard Target here.
Let's see here. I would be getting there. I believe I do actually have a vehicle. Let me just. Yep. I would be getting there on my Suzuki Mirage.
Okay. What time would you like to arrive?
About half hour early.
Okay. So around 7:30 or so in the morning, you are outside of a dealership with no signs of life going on. For the moment.
For the moment.
But we shall see. Amazon. What do you bring in? What do you ride in? I guess I should ask Mr. Hard Target what you were bringing too.
I'd probably be bringing a couple of flashbangs in my my smuggling compartment, my katana, and an Ares Alpha with some clips of Stick and Shock.
All right, I do want to point out that you are riding a motorcycle through Bellevue with an open carry illegal assault rifle.
Oh, it's in Bellevue, not in the Barrens.
Awkward. Yes. Do you wish to rethink your traveling gear?
Just a little bit. I think I will instead be taking. Let's see here. I believe the Defiance 250 is not straight out illegal.
It is just restricted, and it is a short-barreled thing, which for a troll is, I would say, roughly pistol size. They might not give you too many looks for that one.
Okay, so I will be bringing my Defiance T250 then.
Okay. I imagine you're also leaving the giant katana at home as well.
I have a license for that.
Just like KE has a license to follow the troll with carrying a sword through Bellevue.
Yeah, I feel like troll with a sword is gonna get pulled over like 6 times on the way there.
You are welcome to do it. I will go over here and find my sin scanner real quick if you want. But
fine. I'm leaving the katana at home, but I am bringing the shotgun.
That's fine. The shotgun is significantly smaller than a giant katana.
Yeah, like you can fit the shotgun in a bag. You can't fit your katana in a bag.
Yeah, and it's a troll-sized katana.
Troll-sized. Yeah.
So
that is a good point.
So, moving on, now that we've gotten our wardrobe sorted out. Amazon, how are you getting there? What are you bringing? What time do you want to arrive? And anything else you want to declare before shenanigans?
That's going to be going in the Honda Artemis. She's going to be making sure that all traces of her burned sin have been removed from all of her gear, because the last thing we need is the rating 1 burned sin coming up during a border crossing.
I can't imagine how that would go horribly wrong.
Me either.
And she's going to go light on the runner gear, since in theory this isn't so much of a run as networking with Butch for her.
Uh-huh.
Only one way to find out.
So as far as weaponry, she's just going to have her concealed quick-draw holster machine pistols, not even her SMG.
Sure.
Especially not her AK.
I can't imagine
You
what
don't
people
need
would
an
think.
AK for spring break.
Depends on where you're going to spring break.
I've survived several spring breaks in my life, and none of them required an AK.
But how many of them could have been improved by one?
Don't worry. The machine pistols can handle the full auto if I need to suppress someone.
I'm telling you. Capsule rounds. Asia.
Just
Nothing gets
anyway.
started like suppressive fire with hallucinogenics into a crowd.
Nothing could go wrong.
She is going to bring her general array of medical gear, toxins, drugs, because I don't know
Because
if we're
why
going to be
not?
getting those across the border. But hey, worst case, we can pregame a little.
Right? What time are you planning to arrive?
Let's go for about 10 minutes before.
Sure.
There's no point. Like, it's clear that Butch is not going to be waking up super early in advance.
Yep. Moving on, Hellwinter. You know the deal by now, I hope?
Yes. Hunter is coming from downtown. He will be throwing a tattooing kit, the piercing kit, his automobile kit, because you never know when something's going to break down on the drive. A couple changes of clothes, TMP, a bunch of Nova Coke, a bunch of Zen, concealed carry holster, really, really nice pair of sunglasses that he's fairly certain someone's going to steal in the next 3 to 4 days. His cyber deck. Let's see what other random stuff I'm going to bring. Oh, his contacts.
Gotcha. So no
Little med kit.
no assault rifles, no katanas, no combat axes, no grenade launchers.
No, he's leaving the explosives, the assault rifle, the submachine gun, all that at home. He's going on vacation. And if it's
Excellent.
not a vacation, I'll just hit somebody with a bulldozer or something.
I'll get creative.
Yeah, when in doubt, improvise. Oh, and psych, but really that's no big deal. And he has a prescription for the Zen and the Nova Coke because they're clearly for his depression. Because he was very
I thought Zen
depressed.
no, it's Bliss that's F. Apologies.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're both restricted, and you can get prescriptions for them thanks to the lovely Dr. Good.
Excellent. How long do
so yeah.
you intend how early do you intend to get there?
Aiming for like 20 minutes early. Throw all the stuff in his car. Send the car there on the autopilot. Ride his bike over. Assuming that I can just throw all this junk in a duffel bag and then throw it in the back of Butch's car and ride my bike to spring break. Because
I believe it
not
was
taking-
mentioned as a bromobile, not a car.
Yep. Bromobile, which in all
So
likelihood
even
is a
better.
very large pickup
Exactly.
or bus. Yeah.
Smolder, same set of questions.
So I'm coming in my car, which is a Ford America. On me, there's what is it called? High fashion suit coat. I don't know. Argentine coat. And some normal clothes under it. I'm bringing my ballistic mask with me, but I don't know why. Also bringing my machine pistol in a concealed holster, and I have my assault rifle in a duffel bag in my car with most of my stuff, other stuff. The armor jacket and so on and so on.
Sure.
And the ammo.
And how early would you like to arrive?
About 10 minutes before time, so 7:50.
Sure. And then last but not least, Chip.
What?
So, how are you getting there? What time are you planning on getting there? And what are you bringing?
That's an excellent question. Chip is probably going to take a cab because while he has his own vehicle, he is going to be bringing a shit ton of stuff. Depending on what the weather is like, he's got to have changes of clothes and shit. So he's going to bring like a full suitcase. So if I can take that on the bike, great. Let me know. If not, I'll take a cab.
Is it one of those suitcases that has little rolly wheels on it that you see people going around airports with?
No, it's like a big, puffy one that you just carry at your back.
I feel
a
like
big,
Chip
strong
is. I feel like Chip is a big, strong orc and could probably carry it. I did want the wonderful image of him kind of rolling it behind him on his motorcycle as he drove it, but sadly, I will not have that today.
I'm sorry to ruin your run. But yeah, he'll be taking all that crap. He'll be packing his short barrel shotgun, I think. He'll take the Winchester with him if nah, he won't spring break. Yeah, I'll take the short barrel. And the rest of the stuff is just him, really. He's got a bunch of drugs, but he'll just shove them somewhere in the backpack and hope that no drug dogs come a sniffing.
It's like, oh no, here comes the drug dogs. I better do all these drugs.
Yeah, exactly. They can't smell them if they're in me.
Yo,
Oh no, here comes the fuzz!
he should get canine pheromones because he is afraid of drug dogs.
Yeah, maybe. We'll think about it. Aside from that, yeah, he's just going to try and show up like 30 to 20 minutes early. Enough time to allow the cab to get there, basically, if he's taking the cab. Otherwise, yeah, just enough time to do the whole luggage Tetris, getting the stuff stashed in the Bromobile.
So you said you'd be there about a half hour early?
Yeah, something like that.
So, Mr. Target, you see that there is a taxi that comes up and drops off a orc that looks like... Hint, your description of what you look like, Mr. Chip.
Chip looks like a 18-year-old Amazonian charisma 6 exceptional quality orc. He steps out of the cab with a motorcycle helmet on, despite not being on a motorcycle, and then takes it off as if he's in a shampoo commercial, and slings it under an arm and slings the suitcase over his back and swaggers up and gives whoever is looking at him an up nod, I believe is the scientific term, and says, "Sup?"
So are you swishing your hair back and forth to get the full shampoo commercial look here?
Yeah, he swishes his head back and forth and runs a hand through his hair, as if feeling the Seattle morning breeze that probably isn't even there. And he's got really short hair, so it doesn't really flow, but he does it anyway.
So in front of you is a troll in an armored jacket. That isn't going to get me pulled over, is it?
No, you're fine. That's fine. You're early up in the morning. That just a light air of suspicion is enough. A full-on assault rifle, sword, crazy man is
Is a bit too much.
Yeah, it's not in fashion right now. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a bit new to this.
That's fine. That's why I brought it up instead of saying, all right, and you're pulled over and you're thrown in jail. Have a nice day. Make a new character.
Thanks for coming by.
Yep.
Is it too late for me to say I also want to bring my ballistic mask, just like in a duffel
Nah,
bag?
you can stuff it somewhere. It's fine.
Okay. Just don't go too crazy with the additional stuff, right?
I'm not overly worried about it as long as it's not all of a sudden that assault rifle that you specifically left at home doesn't appear later on unless you have the opportunity to go home.
Yeah.
Unless you are going to murder Butch with it.
No.
Hey now, Butch seems pretty chill, and he is taking us on vacation for free, allegedly.
He even pays.
I saw nothing about payment. I figured the trip was payment.
And the awkward sound comes over the crowd. So I believe there was a description of a troll in an armored jacket, and maybe some other details you want to throw in there, because that's pretty. It's pretty much most trolls.
Yeah, trolls. Hunk of big horns. Kind of like they kind of curl, so that they're kind of like pointing like straight ahead, but like right above his head. He seems kind of apprehensive, like he's trying to size up the orc that's in front of him. Like, is he for real, or is this or is somebody trying to play me?
Yo, you seem pretty apprehensive, man. Almost like you're trying to size me up to see if I'm for real. Let me let you know that I am. Name's Chip. How's it going? And he holds out a meaty fist. Two fist bump you.
Okay, bones it.
Alright, we're good. Where's everyone else? What's going on? It's too early for this shit. Drek, excuse me.
Give me 1 second, guys.
I can't believe our GM just abandoned us like that. Can you believe the unprofessionalism of this guy? If I were watching a stream, if I were watching a stream of this guy, I would not have much faith in him or the advice
My
he gives.
extremities are becoming cold already.
We're going to the beach.
Getting
That'll
old.
fix that.
Darkness settling in. My vision is tunneling.
No, that's another GM.
Without his loving embrace, how can we live?
Yeah.
I
We
think
are
what you're
already
describing
getting
is,
bored.
is something entirely different. You may want to see a street dog for that.
Isn't there going to be more cheap and hard target interaction meanwhile?
What-
For
What's up?
entertainment purposes? No? Okay.
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to get at. I'm sorry.
Aren't you
The
two going
conversation
to
stopped abruptly.
talk for a bit? Just to pass the time?
Sure. I mean, so you catch the Urban Brawl game last night?
No answer.
No? Guess not.
Apparently, our Jim is not the only one who's abandoned us. What a cruel,
Oh.
cruel world.
Wait, was someone talking to me? What's going on? Hey.
Yeah, I was trying to do this thing in character where I was asking the orc with the Pantene Pro V hair about the Urban Brawl game last night.
Oh shit, yeah. Excuse me while I look up what the teams are called. Yeah, the Screamers, I'm all about them. Gave this chick a Screamers t-shirt that I got on, fired at a cannon at me at a game, pawned it off on her like it was a gift. She was super thankful.
Super sorry about that. I have a leaky roof that is. I let my apartment people know yesterday, and they were like, came by today all of a sudden.
That's cute.
Right? That's the way it always works out.
Yep.
So, about 25 of 8 or so, the two of you that are there will notice that a couple of cars will begin to pull in. Mostly Americars, nothing like super nice, but you'll notice that several of them have Seattle University stickers and such on them. Whatever the Seattle University sports team is and that kind of stuff. They will sit there, and then at 20 of, I believe, a Amazon rolls up. Or was it Smolder that rolled up 20 minutes early?
No, I was 10.
I'm at 10, so not 20.
We are both at 10, it seems.
Oh, apologies. I thought somebody was at 20. Um,
I'm at 15, I think. And they were
that's
at
what it
10.
was. So at 15, you roll up and go ahead.
Yeah, first a Dodge Hellcat, the stripped down civilian version of the Dodge Charger, which, if you look very, very closely, is actually just a Chrysler Nissan Journey, pulls up, followed by a young-ish, early 20s, Middle Eastern human male with long, black, flowing hair riding a motorcycle. He stops, gets off the bike, looks around, sees Chip, raises an eyebrow. Good morning. Yes. Thick, very strange, out-of-place Russian accent on someone Middle Eastern. Opens the trunk of the car, pulls a duffel bag and some other stuff out of it, closes the trunk, and looks at the car, and the car drives away. So, am I correct in assuming that the Butch is not here yet?
It would appear not, since given the distinct lack of a bromobile.
Very true. I'm Hellwinter, by the way. It's good to see you, Chip.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. It's
What
gonna
was
be a
that
pretty...
gasping sound?
Nah, nothing.
That's what happens when somebody draws in air too fast.
Apparently so.
I'm just happy to see you. That's all.
Ah. Good. Looking forward to enjoying yourself on spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He was talking to me, lady. Okay, don't flatter yourself. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
it's gonna be weird.
Technically, I was talking to all of you, but, you know.
And I'd like to take extreme exception to the implication that I'm a lady.
Chip looks up at him. Goes, huh. Maybe I'm a little blurry-eyed. I only woke up in the cab on the way here.
Ah.
Uh-huh. And I'm sure the next words in your mouth better not be, and trolls all look the same to me.
And trolls all look the same to me, so you know.
I like to think that Chip was in the cab from the night before, and it just racked up a giant bill because like he never got out, so it just kind of sat outside where he was trying to go to.
Yeah, that exactly happened, basically.
So, time will go on for a little bit for you guys. A whole bunch of other people are going to start pulling up. They're going to form their own little groups of people. You'll see a troll come out of a pickup truck. He's going to start unloading kegs from the back of said pickup truck.
Excellent.
A couple other people are going to start unloading their cars. You'll see duffel bags. See tent bags and some like beach chairs and that kind of stuff. Then at about 10 of 8, there's going to be 2 more people who arrive, and it'd be interesting to see how they integrate themselves. Either one of you may go.
All right, I go ahead. So you see a black Ford America arrive, tinted windows and such. You see a human get out from the driver's seat, and he has shades on in the morning. I don't know why. But when he turns his face to you, you see that half of it is like burned down. It's a mess. It's a 3rd-degree burn or something along those lines. Other than that, he has a long coat on. Under that, you see a t-shirt, maybe. And brown hair, and you don't see the eyes. And he goes to the trunk, gets out a duffel bag, trunks it in, looks around, and searches for people who stand out. And I probably find the guys, so I go there and meet the others. So, hello. I'm Smolder.
Good morning. I'm Hellwinter.
Morning. You name's Hard Target.
Oh, and who's the orc? And I know that him.
You can call me Orc.
I call him Pantene Pro V.
Yeah, it works.
Really?
Yeah.
You can call him a great many things as long as you don't stop calling him.
Hey!
And the joke, he just has a expressionless face and says, "Okay."
All right, well, we got a pretty dour crew here, ready to go on spring break. And we're kind of like the duffel bag crew. I can't help but notice that we're all bringing bags of conspicuous gear. It's going to be fun.
It's a duffel bag. It's got, clothes and
More clothes.
The way you
And-
say it doesn't make it less conspicuous.
Definitely not weaponry.
what?
And more
That
different
would be
clothes.
irresponsible.
Buying suitcases is for old men. I carry a duffel bag.
And then the last person to arrive, who arrives at the same time,
Yeah.
but maybe takes longer to find the group, or maybe chooses to interact with a different group, considering they're all weirdos with duffel bags.
Amazon spends about half a minute constantly retuning her parking job to be perfectly parallel with the lines. And then finishes and gets out and walks over. And probably the first thing that you're going to notice is that she's ridiculously huge. She's about 6'3".
So
Okay, so huge, tall, not huge as in.
so she's the 3rd tallest
bump.
person at this group.
Yeah,
She's tied for
she's-
second, probably.
How big is Chip?
Which is pretty impressive for a human.
Hellwinter's also 6'3", but he's a very scrawny 6'3".
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chip might be built, might be taller. Damn.
I can hear him doing the conversion to freedom units.
Yeah. Bear with me. Shit.
Hold up, I already have mine pre-converted to base 10. It's 190 centimeters.
So
Hellwinter's 191 centimeters.
and Chip's 192.
Yeah, I think I got told that Chip is too short for like orc averages, so he might be taller. I don't know. I don't
I'm
pay attention to that kind of
179, so I'm maybe the
South American,
smallest.
you know.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
So everyone's huge
Everything.
except for Smolder.
Yes.
I'm not huge. I'm just tall.
I'm the small guy who punches you real hard.
Well, that's what happens when you Hello?
you're good.
Hello?
Okay.
Hi.
That what happens when you're not a troll.
Right? It's not his fault you were born a stupid breeder, but that's fine.
Where were we before we rudely interrupted your description when talking
That's-
about height? Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh no, just that she's huge. She's got her contacts and her earbuds in because she has a crippling addiction to tactical. And her armor jacket, which is electrochromic, is displaying the generic black with a Miracle Shooter logo on it, despite that she doesn't actually play Miracle Shooter. She just logs in for the daily login rewards and then never uses them.
Filthy casual.
So as the time draws closer to 8 o'clock, more and more people will get out. The troll will have finished rolling his kegs over into the big open area, and then right at about 8:01, you guys will hear a ridiculous cacophony of vehicular sounds. And looking down the street, you will see a bus being driven in this direction that is covered in Seattle University colors and all kinds of other ridiculous spring break paraphernalia.
Excellent.
Oh, shit, not paraphernalia.
Yep. That's the one
There's
thing.
nothing worse than being
Amazon.
called with paraphernalia.
Amazon will whisper a quiet prayer in Spanish.
What does
Out
she
of
say?
character.
Because some of us speak Spanish.
Oh god.
It is it is only actually half stated.
Yeah.
You may hear something about Mother of God and save us from his driving.
Out of character for a second, could I have theoretically smoked my katana in a duffel bag, or is it too big for that?
It's a troll-sized katana. It is probably about 5.5 feet long and pointy and such.
Okay, so too big for that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, this is why you need like a knife. A survival
Huh?
knife fits anywhere.
I recommend a collapsible spear.
Mm,
Survival knives are
survival
also
katana.
not illegal.
Yeah.
well,
So as I
my
see
katana's
the-
not illegal. It's just I don't want to get pulled over to prove that it's not illegal.
No, like a survival knife isn't even restricted.
You don't need
No
a
one's
fake
gonna be
permit
like, you
for
can't have a pocket knife. No one's gonna do that.
it. Well,
A troll with a knife. Seems like
the phrase probable cause is thrown around a lot in this town.
And in his business.
Anyway, I believe the bus is here, and the rest of you have a ride.
Yes.
So the bus will pull in very loudly with the creaking of air brakes and all of that other wonderful stuff associated with a large vehicle. It will pull into the middle of where everybody has kind of parked, which is off to the side in the of the unused area of the dealership, kind of like the "oh god, don't let them see these cars" area.
Yeah.
It'll pull towards the end and then come to a stop. The door will open and out will step a human man who looks like he is in his 60s. He is wearing a tuxedo t-shirt that has had the sleeves ripped off. He looks like he wishes to die.
Shit. Well, I pull the shotgun and I unload APDS into him.
And I throw some explosive rounds for good measure to give him his wish.
well,
Because
that's a
then
promising
the bus
sight.
will spring break.
He will then kind of slowly walk his way down to the end of the bus to where there's that emergency door and reach his hand up on it and go and everybody around's going to kind of look because they saw the ridiculous bus coming and they kind of crowd in a little bit, presenting his broness, and he'll open the door and step back, and out will jump a 26-ish year old human male wearing a Seattle University leather jacket and a Seattle University t-shirt and like the track pants that go along with it. He's going to let out a ridiculous scream of spring break, take the two soy wisers he has in his hands, chug them, getting it all over himself, and then simultaneously smash the cans into his hand, and just kind of like let out a roar. Is really the only way to describe it.
Oh,
I
God.
join in the roar.
Yeah,
Everyb-
Chip does too. And
Please stop encouraging the stupid.
he heads over to the guy and he says, "Sup? You must be Roy Hinckley."
Everybody's gonna start kind of crowding around, and they're gonna be like, "Spring break, spring break."
Spring break, spring break, spring break.
You doing that in a terrible Russian accent is fantastic.
Of course.
So he's gonna kind of look you up and down. You call him Roy. He's like, "You know that nerd?"
Nah, I'm just punking you, bro.
He's gonna chest bump you with the force of 1,000 chest bumps.
I return it in kind. We'll see. See what happens. I'll leave it up to your discretion. I imagine he's fairly ripped.
Plus strength.
It is probably a respectful chest bump. He does not wish to unleash the full power of himself upon you at this moment.
Okay, we'll leave that
That
for
comes
later.
later.
And trash you in the meantime.
And he's just gonna kind of, give another roar to the crowd. And is like, "Let's go!" And
Sounds good.
everybody begins to kind of get their bags and pile into the Bromobile.
Shotgun.
Yes, that is a
Do you
shotgun.
actually have to have a shotgun in order to call a shotgun? Do you have a shotgun?
Yes. I
Never
mean,
ever ask him that question.
yes, I do. Are you a cop?
You have to tell me.
It's entrapment if you don't.
I am not a cop. Of course, I don't have to tell you. So I could be a cop and just not telling you.
All right, get your ID out.
Up.
Get your ID out, buddy.
My
Hey,
ID?
really?
We're going to need to see some credentials to prove you're not in fact a cop.
Yeah. Preferably your cop credentials. This time.
Cop credentials? You want to prove that I'm not a cop by proving I'm a cop?
All right, you passed the test, and Chip hops in the passenger seat.
So you'll see that the
I just do a face palm at that.
Get on the bus and enjoy the ride.
I'm going to assume that everybody actually gets on the bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
After staring
I
at that little
stuff my-
spectacle.
Can I fit my bike into one of the under bus compartments?
Nah, this is getting loaded up with all the people's stuff.
Hmm.
There is probably about 50 or so people here that beyond like your small group, Butch and the Brotler. And as you guys load in, it'll be a small chant of spring break, and the old man will sigh heavily as he closes the door, shifts the bus into gear, and you guys are off on your.
Off we go. The spring break.
With the first lurching forward of the bus is a cheer from the crowd, and after a couple of minutes, the chanting will kind of die down. And you guys are on your way to California. Around you is a mix of meta-humanity in mostly college ages. You guys can give me perception tests of a flavor if you want. You guys are free to move about the cabin, as it were. I'm sure there's a ton of questions at this point, but I will do my best to answer them.
Did I get shotgun?
Yes. You only got shotgun because the Brotler is driving, and Butch is currently glad-handing and moving about the cabin. He seems to be passing out something.
I'll be chatting up the Brotler then.
Is there anything you wish to actually ask him?
Like what his favorite color is, what he's
Probably
into.
blue.
So he will
So
answer.
your life has come to this.
He will answer the questions in short but respectful answers, usually with a sir, with the sound of a man that's very. This is what my life has come to.
Oh God, why did I agree to this?
Why wouldn't you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. So, Hellwinter, tell me about this person that you ran into around campus that you had a negative interaction with.
Oh my God, there are probably so many of them, because English not my first language. I occasionally offend people. There was particularly this guy. I asked him if he could where the toilet was, and he thought I told him he should go shove his head into one. It was very, very unpleasant. I may have, in fact, actually been inferring he should shove his head into one. Yes, he's an exchange student. Also, he came in from.
Don't worry, I'm not writing this down.
He's from France.
French exchange.
His name is Jacques. He is much like myself, studying music, though he's obsessed with classical music, and also was particularly disturbed to find out that I'm an electronic music composer, and as such, I'm kind of wiping my ass with musical traditions of history, and I'm a blasphemer and destroyer of everything wonderful in this world. And he's also fairly certain that I'm secretly a criminal who's, only enrolled in these classes to, I don't know, maintain my cover identity that I'm not a professional criminal.
That's a whole lot of good stuff for a glitch there. Thank you.
No problem.
I can't imagine that coming up to haunt you at some point in time. So you will see.
Oh no, never.
So you see him as he is like standing up to go up into the overhead compartment to pull out his instrument. What was his instrument?
He plays the violin. I have no idea why he brought it with him on spring break. It's very strange.
So you see him kind of pulling it out, and he looks like he is going to begin playing. There are a couple of other people here that you've seen around campus. Most of these people are from the bro clique, as it were. You do see a couple of odd people. There's like the one troll who has got the leather jacket on as well. There is a young orc girl sitting all the way in the back, kind of away from everybody. You can't really tell much about her. You can see that she's wearing a black shirt, but you can't really get any details. She's sitting in the back, long dark hair, sunken eyes, that kind of thing. She's hanging out back there.
Stereotypical goth.
Something along those
Definitely
lines.
a poetry major. The joys of the liberal arts department. You meet all the really interesting people. I had to do something to get away from the computer once. Oh my God.
So you picked up tattooing. Wonderful.
Of course. It was an elective. Tattooing, body piercing. I got that all of that along with, the stuff I needed to in regards to composing. And
That's worth 2 credits, all right?
Hey. It's going to get me a lot more than 2 credits, if you know what I mean.
Hey-o. Does anybody else have anything they want to try to do on the bus while the trip is going?
I'm gonna cast Detect Nerds Extended with my eyes, and not with magic.
Okay, that would be really awkward. I had forgotten how many perception dice you have. So as you scan the crowd intently, you will spot that there is a dwarven boy.
I would like to go to that goal.
You're roboting real hard.
You would like to turn into a robot?
You succeeded.
You have come down with a critical
Come from the
case of
future to
CFD.
kill John Connor? What?
Poor John Connor.
He had it coming.
Right?
Probably.
I heard his mom got hot when she got older, though.
So, with your detect nerds, you will spot that there is a dwarf who looks moderately nervous being here. He is also wearing the Seattle jacket, but not any of the other sports-related patches or that kind of thing. It doesn't look like it's the right size for him, but he is also kind of keeping to himself as well.
All right. Also, what was Butch handing out? Should
Yes.
I be worried? The
So,
answer is yes.
enthusiastic.
So as he makes his way down to the aisle where which you're sitting, he's gonna do that shady person deal of opening the side of his jacket and be like, "You guys need some stuff to get the party started?" And he's gonna be nodding his head with really wide eyes while he waits for you to answer him.
The right answer to that question is always yes.
Awesome. Grabs the handful. Let's do it.
Awesome. What did he just hand me?
I don't even know. Probably some Nova Coke.
Oh, all right.
Amazon will accept whatever is basically shoved upon her with a vaguely bewildered expression.
Oh god.
He
Just
moves.
that.
He moves down to the next aisle, and you hear another like, "Yeah!"
Bam.
And then he gets down to the nerd, and you'll see him kind of like settle in with the nerd and get real close, like, yeah, and his eyes will get big, and then he'll kind of get up and get away from the nerd.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know that guy. He's in my data structures class. Probably shouldn't tell too many people that.
Whoops.
So, can I go to
whatever.
that or girl, the ghost one?
I'm sorry, I kind of missed that.
I would like to go to that ghost girl that you mentioned in the back
Sure.
and sit next to her.
Sure. She kind of looks you up and down as you come down the hallway, and as you sit down, she kind of gives you that goth harumph.
Sorry, I don't really like this kind of place.
She's gonna roll her eyes like, yeah, they're idiots. Are you,
Yeah,
do you still have your glasses on, or have you taken them off by this point?
yes, that's what I wanted to mention. So I would take my. So, is she on the part where my face is alright or where my face is fucked up?
Do you have a preference?
I would like her to see the good side, the right side, so that she sits in the right row and I'm
So,
in the aisle seat.
what I would like then is I would like you to roll edge, since we didn't specify. If you get 2 hits, she is on your good side. If you get not 2 hits, she is on your bad side. We'll see how this
Alright.
goes. Making friends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey!
So-
Awkward.
She looks you up and down with your scars. And were you wearing your glasses?
So I take off my glasses when I sit down. I
Okay,
wanted to say that, and she sees that big white ball of my eye.
excellent. So she's gonna kind of pause for a moment. It's like, that's pretty metal. And you can see that her black T-shirt has, you know, when people like bleach letters into their words because I don't know, they can't find a T-shirt that matches what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
It looks like it says Crucible on there, but it's spelled wrong. Spelled like a K and stuff.
I would like to ask her. What does that mean? Pointing at her T-shirt.
Trying to see real quick if you have any. Okay, you don't have. Is it? Oh, Crucible, you mean? They're only the
The
most
band?
metal band you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Do
Can
you?
you show them to me or something? I'm interested in.
Yeah.
that
So
kind of stuff.
she will begin a description of a band wherein the bassist is a troll who is a magician, and there is a orc. I believe he's not a drummer. The lead guitar is an orc, and he does some of the vocals and the songwriting, and their drummer is actually a gnome. And
Holy crap! At that part, I just wide eyes and
Wide
Really?
eye.
wide eye. Yeah, that one. And like, a gnome. Can he even reach the correct?
Not only can he reach, but it was so metal. I heard about them having they had a concert down here a little over a year ago. That's why I'm going on this stupid trip. As she looks around at the people, where, Butch is kind of handing out drugs still.
So they will be there.
No, but there was an event, and then she will kind of fade out on that as she begins to tell you about what may or may not have been either a massive hallucination or the actual manifestation of a spirit of metal.
All right.
And I don't mean in a spirit of metal as in steel. I mean in a spirit of metal
Yes,
as
I
in
know.
Like rock and roll metal.
yes.
Rock and roll is not metal. But yeah.
And then as you guys drive down, Chip, can you roll me perception from shotgun? You have a very important job up there. Also,
Okay, I have 4 dice.
Oh god, he's on cop watch, isn't he?
no.
Even worse.
You only have 4 dice in perception.
Yeah, Chip doesn't see so good.
And you wanted to be a shotgun.
Well, at least I
Hey,
asked it for
listen.
navigation.
Maybe you should have stopped me if you thought it was a bad idea.
There'll be plenty of other bad
This
ideas, don't
didn't-
worry.
This is on you, alright?
This is on me.
You brought this upon yourself.
I mean, I don't
So
give a
who?
fuck.
Well, good news. You see, as you guys are kind of leaving Seattle, off to the side of the road here, at one of the little buildings that kind of is here, driving down is it says explosives and fireworks and that kind of such stuff. The Brotler seems to be not insistent, but just seems to pay it no mind and begins to drive.
There's just like an explosives and fireworks shop at the side of the road on our way to spring break.
So, around here where I live, when I go from Pennsylvania into other states,
I'm not saying it's unrealistic, I just want to make sure that's what I'm seeing.
you are seeing as you drive by there is a store that sells fireworks and explosives and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Really?
Chip is going to tap the Brotler on the arm, say, pull over, buddy.
He's gonna turn to you with a tired look. He's like, "I'm sorry, I only listen to his broness," and then his shoulders will sag as he says it.
Is there a way for me to get in contact with his broness?
He is down the bus. Like you could literally just stand up and yell his name.
Butch!
He will turn around.
Roy!
And it'll take a moment after he finishes facing your direction for his hair to stop moving before landing back in the perfect place. Bro?
Fireworks and explosive store. 2 o'clock.
Bro! And he'll look at the Brotler and kind of point, like, whoo! His eyes get real big. The Brotler will...
Oh,
You don't
God.
see him turn around, but as you are in shotgun, you can see him sink slower into his chair and hear the click of the turn signal come on as the Bromobile, apologies, begins to pull into the fireworks store.
Yeah, you better make a bro line right for that.
For a second when you said
fireworks
click
store.
click, I thought you I thought he decided to end it at all.
Not yet. We haven't even out of Seattle yet.
No.
This is the perfect place to do it though.
Right? You're just across state borders. Or
Excellent.
country borders, I guess, in this moment. Sixth world shenanigans. So you guys have the opportunity. People are like, "Why are we stopping, bro?" And then like the murmurs will begin to disseminate throughout the rest of the group here. You guys will find out that you are stopping because you are coming up to a place that sells fireworks and explosives. And people will begin to pile out. It feels good to stretch your legs, as everybody gets out. You're in the parking lot of this building. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I'm
Well,
just gonna walk around and stretch my legs for a bit.
I
Yeah,
have
same thing.
a
Join the mob of
Shadowrunner's
college students.
expense account, and my judgment is impaired by the Nova Coke I've just taken.
It's augmented, not impaired.
You're right.
You know you love it. Let's go. Let's go buy some fireworks.
So, our friendly
What?
GM
What?
here may be aware of my plans to acquire Butch as a contact during the course of this run.
Yep.
And what I want to do is I want to put 500 new yen towards the impending cost of that in the form of buying a shitload of fireworks.
You are more than welcome to drop as many nuance as you guys want on fireworks. This is not like level a building type explosives, so unless you guys buy a ridiculous amount of them per person, as the last time this happened, a singular group of 6 people bought 5,000 new yen worth of explosives, but they had the licenses for them. So that was slightly different.
This is fireworks. I don't need a license for fireworks.
No.
I'm vigorously and frantically gesturing Amazon into the fireworks place, grab a basket, and walking along, he's drumming the fingers of
Yeah,
his cybernetic arm
We're
on the
just
cart,
grabbing
pushing
whatever
and
looks
shoveling
cool.
stuff in. Let's go. We need to get loaded up, because it'll be fragging hilarious when we start slipping the stuff into the bonfire in the middle of the night in like 3 days. Eh?
Bro!
What?
That's a
Oh,
really
it
bad
looks
idea.
very confused for a moment, and then goes back to shoveling fireworks into
This
a.
is going to be
Yep.
the best goddamn thing!
Or not.
So you guys will spend a little bit. Does anybody else want to buy fireworks?
Yeah,
No.
Chip's gonna browse.
Sure.
I
There's
just
enable
sit
at
on top
this
of
point.
the bus and look around.
so on, like literally on top of the bus.
Yes,
Okay.
climb onto the bus.
So as you're up there, kind of looking around, your goth girlfriend will come up and kind of like, "Yep, they're pretty dumb," and then she'll offer you a cigarette.
I don't smoke, sorry. I don't like this stuff.
Joke's
Sure.
on you. Smoking will kill you. Who's dumb now,
And-
bitch?
He's
She'll
smoked enough for one lifetime. Have you seen his face?
right.
I tell her that my addiction is to gunpowder.
Wait, a guy named Smolder doesn't smoke?
He's not
Yeah.
smoked her.
And he did smoke a bit too much, hence the name Smolder.
Apparently.
So you
By
guys
the
will.
way,
Go ahead.
just for, I don't know, your information, the girl is what, 20 and I'm like 43?
She's an
Oh,
orc.
geez.
She looks like an adult.
I don't see a problem here.
Me neither.
Besides,
I'm
orcs-
I don't see a
orcs
problem here.
mature faster, right? So she's like what, 30 in orc years?
Or she's like 18 in orc years, which means she's actually 9.
Not quite 9, but
I don't know.
she is definitely under 20 years old. However, as an orc, that makes you mid-20s ish, physically. Anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, a short while of buying a giant pile of explosives will go by. Everybody's going to come out with sparklers and those little strings of firecrackers and all that other wonderful stuff. Get back into the Bromobile. And then a few hours later, when people are starting to come down from their drugs, Butch will, offer up some more, but some of you guys are still riding high, so it's fine.
Mhm.
You guys will find that you have officially crossed into Calfree and are heading towards the beach itself. And with that, we've be going for a little over an hour. So let's take a quick break to let the theme soak in, and you guys breathe deep, as I believe somebody said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See you guys in like 5 minutes.